What if I told you that the relationships you're making right now in the military could be lifelong friends, and you could be doing things like buying a 130-unit hotel in the middle of the Smoky Mountains that you get to vacation to, you get to host events at, you get to celebrate weddings and births and everything else at with the same friends that you served in the military with? I know that sounds like a lot, and it might sound like a huge dream, and it sounds out of your comfort zone, but I'm telling you, we did it, and I want to tell you how. I met Blake like 6 years ago. We were hanging out at the Bigger Pockets event, having a couple beers, talking about real estate. We were both very young in the real estate game. I had just started the War Room Mastermind, which is a group of service members and vets who come together, talk about real estate, goals, they network, and we talk about our dreams. And I didn't think anything of my time hanging out and meeting Blake. Like, he was cool. We had a lot of fun. It was great. But never in a million years did I think that if you fast forwarded 5-6 years, we would be buying a $14 million hotel in the Smoky Mountains together with 10 or 12 investors from within the War Room community. So we're going to talk through that story today, but the importance here is that you get to meet these service members and vets that you click with, and you get to do life together. So one day within the War Room Facebook group, a guy named Wes commented that he had found a hotel that he thought had some legs, but he's not a hotel investor. So he posted it and he was like, yo, does anyone do this? And I thought of Blake, because Blake had been doing the short-term game and moving into bigger hotels. So I bring it to Blake. Blake goes back and forth. He puts it under contract. They're running the deal. And I'm like, yo, how can I be a part of this? And so what ended up happening is that I and a whole bunch of other members of the War Room came in as investors. And so this hotel was found, it's purchased, it's being operated by, the renovations are being conducted, and majority of the money invested in this has come from members of our military investor community. We now have 10 different service members and vets who are investors in this $14 million hotel that makes money, that we get to go and stay at for free, that we get to do life together at. And it is a just wonderful destination and something to be proud of owning. And I mean, check it out. When we bought it, this was like the manager's quarters and it was trashed. I mean, there was a wall here and Blake and I like knocked the wall out with, well, honestly, with a chair that was sitting in here. We just broke out the chair, the room. And so we were trying to figure out what to do with it. And this is how the whole entire hotel project has gone, is what could we do that would be cool, that would be fun, that would be like if service members owned a hotel. So we built out a speakeasy. Because why would you not have a speakeasy in a hotel owned by service members and vets? And just how cool is this? To think that you could be going from Firewatch and duty to hanging out in a multi-million-dollar hotel, sipping alcohol, having an old-fashioned with buddies that you met in the military. One of the things that service members struggle with when they leave the military, aside from all the financial, issues that you run into where you didn't have enough runway when you left the service and you had unplanned expenses that come up, the biggest things that seem to eat at vets is identity and purpose. Let's say, for the last decade, you were in the military and people are like, yo, what do you do? And you're like, I'm a Marine, I'm airborne, I'm a PJ, I'm whatever. And now when people ask that, you're like, well, I'm Dave. Well, if you don't know who Dave is, you're not confident in what Dave is, that's a rough transition. Having that identity, purpose, everything wrapped up in the military to figuring out who you are, what you love, and having to find your purpose again. And everybody thinks you have to really dig into exactly what your purpose is, but really you've just got to find people to do life with. You just got to find things that you're passionate about exploring and working on. You need to find, a creative outlet or a financial outlet. You need to go outside in nature and hang out with people. And so if we can get the people in the military community to come back together and do life together and not dwell on what was, but work on what is going to be, and we can make a difference in the community, not only are we changing lives financially, but we're saving lives because we're saving people from getting into that hole, circling the drain that happens when you leave the military and you lose key pieces of your identity and your purpose. And so it's really cool to see this hotel come to life because we've been able to take all these service members from different walks of life and bring them together and buy this hotel And we're hosting events here. We had 94 people here for a military investing conference in February. They came together, got to see this place, got to see the work. They didn't see this part yet. This wasn't done yet. And this room is amazing. But they got to come together and see what's up. And we're on this shared mission together. We're getting to, enjoy life and work towards the future and work towards goals. And, everyone thinks you need money to make money. I mean, sure, to a point. But let me just fill you in on some goals real quick. You have everything you need to do to start making money with money without money. And I know that's a weird statement, but you can go zero down on a VA loan, buy a fourplex, you live in one half, you rent the other 3 units out, live in one unit, rent the other 3 out. They pay for your living. And now you just cut a third of your expenses in a way that you can take that money and reinvest it. And that's exactly what turned into this. Blake's first property, the guy who operates this, my good friend Blake Daly, he bought a house, a duplex with a VA loan, lived in one half, rented the other half, and then after a while was like, what if I Airbnb'd the other half? And that turned into another Airbnb, turned into another Airbnb, turned into a 14-unit hotel, like a little tiny boutique hotel in Lake Tahoe, turned into another hotel in Lake Tahoe. And then it turned into a 130-unit hotel with a 100-person wedding event venue, 3 pools, a hot tub, pickleball court, outdoor fireplace, outdoor barbecue pit in beautiful Townsend, Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains. It started with a VA loan, zero down. So yeah, sure, you gotta have money to make money, but not really. You have to have a mission. You have to have a drive. You have to have people around you who want to see you reach the better good. I house hack too. Most of the people in our community have started that way. It's a great way to get your foot in the door. And once you have got your foot in the door and you're around people doing the same thing, your dream, the how big you think, is your biggest limiting factor. Because veterans are just an unstoppable force of nature when they put their mind to something. We're too dumb and too stubborn to quit. And we will be consistent, and we will take the risk, and we will do the action, even when there's no reward in the short term. And that separates us a lot from other people. And, we've seen it within this community where service members and vets are just running circles around, competitors, if you want a competitor in life, but just running circles around life, just crushing life together and just absolutely setting themselves up for success, doing deals that make them, 6 figures a month, 6 figures a year, 6 figures a month, 7 figure. I mean, this is a 7-figure deal that we did together in 1 year, right? And it's super cool because this is an asset that we're going to be able to come and visit and show off. And my kid is outside right now swimming in a pool. And he's loving it. He's building memories. And I'll tell you, as a guy who owns single family houses and a guy who's owned a bunch of different real estate, there is something cool about having a project together where you and your partners get to bring their kids and make memories with your kids. And it's a business write-off because you're staying at your hotel. And like Blake's on his way here. And he's got his newborn and his wife. And we're all going to get to hang out and do lunch and do life together and swim in the pools and have a good life. And like, this is what investing's supposed to be. It's supposed to be freedom. It's supposed to be real. It's not some crack house you flipped that you made a little bit of a return on, you never see, and you wouldn't show your kids because you're not proud of it. Those are great. But like, this is where life gets fun, is we're buying things in places we get to travel to and explore. And I get it. You hear this and you're like, that's great, Dave. I'm glad you guys were able to pull that off. I'm not ready. You have this. I don't. You whatever. I don't. If you think we were ready for buying this hotel, like, not at all. And that's life. I wasn't ready when I enlisted in the Marine Corps. I had no idea what boot camp was really going to be like. I wasn't ready when I deployed to Afghanistan. I wasn't ready when I got promoted to sergeant. I wasn't ready when I got voluntold to be on recruiting duty. I wasn't ready when I took over a recruiting station. I wasn't ready when I took over a motor pool. I wasn't ready when I got married. I wasn't ready when I had freaking kids. I wasn't ready when I got into real estate. I wasn't ready when I married, or when I wasn't ready when I left the military. I damn sure was not ready for leaving the military. I wasn't ready when we started the war room. But I got off the X. This isn't about money. It's about possibility. It's about seeing that there's a potential. And if you can create a vision for what you want in life, the military benefits that we get are so wonderful. It is very hard to fail if you show up and you put in the work and you're consistent, over time, you will be able to pull off anything you want. This all started with a duplex, a 0 down VA loan duplex. And it hasn't been that long. Like this, one enlistment, duplex to this, it's possible. You just have to believe in yourself and surround yourself with people who want to help you succeed and are there to help you along the way. One of the things that everybody says when they leave the military is that they may or may not miss bits and pieces of the military, but the one thing that unanimously we all miss is the people. It's not the military that you want to do life with, it's the people in the military. And that doesn't have to stop when you leave service. You just got to surround yourself with the right kind of people, and you can make all of this happen. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to give you a thank you. Do not tell the people in the comments about this. Drop the discount code DAVE15. We'll give you 15% off on your stay here as a thank you for making it through the video and supporting veteran-owned businesses. Service members and vets crushing life. So if you're ever coming to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Townsend, the Smoky Mountains, come stay at our hotel. We'd love to show it off. We'd love to welcome you as a guest. And again, just use the discount code DAVE15. And I'd love to hear where you guys' mind is running with this. It doesn't have to be a hotel. We've got people buying, we had a guy buy a marina last week. I have a friend buying taxi. I mean, anything and everything you want. My friend of mine says you can buy anything you want in life, but you can buy anything you want in life, but you can't buy everything. So drop it in the comments. Where's your head go? What do you want to build with your buddies? What do you want to buy? What do you want to do? What do you want your life to look like in 5 to 10 years? Because I promise you, after years of helping service members and vets achieve all of this, the biggest limiting factor is what you believe you can do and what you start working towards. So believe in yourself. Start taking some basic, consistent actions. And I want to hear where you guys end up. I want you to come back in 5 years and start dropping links and showing off the properties you bought with your buddies. Because doing life with service members and vets, it's freaking great. So all that said, I love you guys. As always, subscribe, stick around. We're going to have some great times. Have a good day.